I'm joined this morning by Kevin O'Connor. Kevin, thank you very much for coming in to speak to us.
Good morning, Jenny. How are you?
I'm not too bad now. And you?
Very well.
You are a first-time candidate for the local elections.
Yes, indeed, Jenny, I am. This is my first involvement in politics.
If you would just like to give us a brief bit of background as to who you are and where you're from.
Okay. Jenny, I'm 46 years of age. I'm the father of 6 children, 3 boys and 3 girls. I'm married back in Askeaton. My wife is Dr. Suzanne Fitzgibbon. She's the GP in Askeaton. I'm living in Askeaton close on 12 years now, and I work in Limerick City on Volskull, an all-Irish primary school on O'Connell Avenue.
I know it well.
Yes, my children attend there with me, 4 of them, and I have another little guy coming in now in September as well, so we'll be 5 of us at school coming September.
Are you teaching any of them?
No, I don't. I don't teach any of my own children. I have enough to do at home with them rather than see them every day in the classroom as well.
You said this is your first time running. Can I ask what has prompted you to run and what has prompted you to run as an independent?
They're one and the same thing, Jenny. I decided to run because I believe on this occasion the issues are more serious than they were 5 years ago, and they're more serious than they were 12 months ago. I believe Ireland is at a changing point, at a crossroads, and we must be careful what direction we take. We need new thinking in all aspects of public life. We certainly should demand higher standards of our politicians, both at local and national level. And I think all politicians of all parties, and myself included as an independent, we need to re-establish a social contract with the electorate who elect us. We need to promise them transparency, clarity, straight talk, honesty in all our dealings, and complete accountability. With that in mind, I have decided that if I am elected, all of my expenses will be submitted in paper form, and I will submit that paper form as well to my website so that people can see on a monthly basis what I am spending and what I am spending it upon.
That's a good policy. You also have declared that you will give 1/3 of your salary to charity.
That's correct, Jenny. I will be giving 1/3 of my kind of councillor salary to charity and good causes within my own electoral area, which is the Rathkeil area.
Okay.
I will do this, and I will seek receipts from the recipients so that I can mount these receipts on the internet, and people will be freely available to go onto the site and check to which organisation I gave the money and call that organisation and verify this if they so wish. Too many hollow promises are made, particularly around election time, that are never followed through upon. So I am going to make this particular promise and spancel myself, handcuff myself to it if you like, so that afterwards people can verify that I did what I say I will do, and I will do it. The reason I'm doing this is to establish the social contract of which I spoke with the public. The public are rightfully cynical about what politicians say and what they do. So I think the public need to have politicians in whom they can invest a lot of faith, because that politician in turn will be telling them the truth.
Okay, you've spoken a lot about your expenses, and you actually have said that expressing 30% less than lower claimants, and that it's a clear example of clear leadership.
Yes, Jenny, you can't be led by words. You can be misled by words. That's the tragedy. You cannot be led by them, but misled.
Okay.
But you are firmly led by example. By so doing, by claiming 30% expenses less than the least expense claimant on Limerick County Council, I am again showing that the job can be done for a lot less money and a lot more integrity. The expense claims are just way too high. Even in the good times they were questionable. But now when people are losing their jobs, being put on short time, on top of the pension levy, the income levy, etc., it is just too much to expect that everyone on the ground can feel the pain, and that the politicians, both at local and national level, escape all of this economic carnage. It won't wash with people. People are too cute, they're too shrewd, they're too well informed, and they're too intelligent.
Just in another related question, you've said that if a lot of people follow this suit as well, that there would be upwards of €300,000 available for the betterment of the Limerick area.
That's correct.
What kind of areas would you look to better with that money?
I've been around, and some of the people I meet are in a circumstance whereby they're struggling to cater for an elderly relative, be it a sibling, be it a child or a partner. With a small bit of remediation work to their house, their lives will be made a lot easier. I'll give you an example. There's a woman I met recently, and she has a little boy, 5-year-old boy, who has a medical condition, cerebral palsy. She sometimes has to rush him to the bathroom, which is upstairs in her house. She's looking to get a downstairs bathroom built, and the county council are saying there are no monies available for this. I suggested to her that as an interim measure, she should get a stair lift, so that her son, as he gets older, he's only 5 now, but as he gets older, she's not going to be able to carry him. And the stair lift would bring her some immediate and a temporary reprieve from this situation. The stair lift would cost around €2,300. And as you sit in front of me this morning, Jenny, I can tell you, last year, some county councillors went on a summer school to Rathdrum in County Wicklow, and one of their fees was €2,152 for the week. Subsistence, mileage, etc. All that they do is they put on a nice linen jacket and swan around with a copy of a playwright's book, Works, under his arms, drinking Chardonnay and eating smoked salmon sandwiches, and then they submit their bill to the county council. It's outrageous. That type of waste of public money should be stopped, and stopped immediately. And that money should be devoted to bettering the lives of our constituents who are in a very, very tight spot. That's what I think a public representative should be doing.
You focus an awful lot on the expenses and the amount of expenses that are claimed. You've also said that you don't see the need to attend every conference that is held, and that you would send a qualified professional in the relevant field there for you?
Yes, that is correct. If, for example, there was a relevant conference, be it in Ireland or abroad, on just say water quality, I would not deem myself capable of attending that and coming away with any worthwhile detail. But I would suggest, if it was worthwhile attending, I would be allowed to delegate that responsibility to an engineer or a water infrastructure specialist to go to the conference and report back to me. But that is an extreme situation. Jenny, all of the world's information is now available in the world's largest library, and that's known as the Internet.
The Internet.
You don't have to go anywhere except your living room.
Very handy resource.
If you know what you're looking for, it's just a click of a key and a mouse away. All of this information is freely available to us. We don't need to go to the Caribbean islands on water treatment excursions, nor do we need to go to China on trade missions, nor do we need to go to Texas to look at environmental impact of the oil industry. All of the information is on the Internet. And when we're going on these foreign trips, it's a waste of public money that could be much better spent here at home, bettering the lives of our own constituents.
Okay, how would the policies, what other policies would you be running on in addition to accountability, the charity work? And
well, it's not charity work, Jenny. It's more to make the county council representatives, the local county councillors, transparent and responsible and accountable to their electorate. Secondly, water quality is a big issue in Limerick. The Limerick County Council website says that they were happy and content with the EPA report recently published some number of months ago. When I went onto the EPA site itself, the EPA report is quite alarming. There are 7 public water schemes in Limerick County that have recurrent E. coli infections. These are not one-off infections, they are recurrent, and it is their recurrent nature that is causing most alarm to the EPA. I spoke to an EPA official about this, a senior official, and he vouched for what I'm saying now, that the EPA are concerned. But when you read the report on Limerick County Council's website, it appears that all is happy and dandy. The truth of the matter should be told. Our water system is not up to scratch. It needs further investment, and that investment should be forthcoming. Secondly, I wish to focus on antisocial behaviour. A lot of elderly people are telling me that they feel unsafe to walk the streets in our urban small villages and towns at night. This is not as it should be. And if elected, I will be directing my efforts towards meeting people in their home villages and hometowns in a town hall meeting, if you like, where people will be given an opportunity to express their concerns publicly and have the support of their neighbours there and then on the night. These people are willing to speak to me at election times, but they feel apprehensive about reporting the matter to the Gardaí. They feel isolated, and as older people, they feel that their impressions will be misrepresented. when you and I as young people are going down the street and meet a group of teenagers at night with their hoodies on them, we might pass little or no attention, pay no attention to them. But an elderly man who is a bit unsecure in his feet might be